Alright, so like many people, I am new to Warhammer 40k and relatively new to Rogue Trader. About 30 hours into the game so far. And as I've been progressing, you have access to a variety of companions, all of whom come spec'd out of the box in different ways. And a lot of the mechanics just aren't explained. There are tutorials for some things. In fact, I would argue that the tutorials in this game are quite expansive for certain things. Where's the overview here? I always forget. I think it's this one. So you can go through. You can see there's tutorials for all sorts of stuff. But when it comes to leveling up your character and understanding what you need to be doing along the way, it's not necessarily that laid out for you. So, as an example, with your psychers, you're told that there is a minimum requirement to do certain things. Like it'll tell you you need this ability or that ability. Let's take a look at what I mean by that. If you go in here to, say, Idira's character, who's actually, this is the character we're going to respec this morning for this guide. Um, but I actually wanted to show this in real time. Let's go to archetypes and go into her, and we can go into, say, assassin. Won't really matter here, but if you go in here and hover over certain things, it'll tell you character level required 4. That's it. Certain things only have a level requirement. Other things will have different level requirements. And what I realized as I was leveling up along the way, going through and picking certain abilities, these are the ones I have selected, not the ones that I necessarily can select. I realized that there was a lot of these that had prerequisites for things that I should have taken back like at level 10 instead of waiting until, level 17 that I am now. So we're going to be respecking Idira this morning so that I can walk you through that process on how to respec your characters and why you might want to. So again, like I said, most of the stuff in the game is laid out pretty well in terms of how to do things, and there's tutorials and all sorts of stuff, but not necessarily when you're going through and leveling up your characters, because it doesn't necessarily explain everything. Also, as an example, I'm going to be doing a video later on the wounds system, because that's something that, not the wounds that you get from traps and stuff, but the wounds that you can have, the temporary wounds that you can have during fights, which give you additional hit points. That whole system is confusing as heck, and I'll eventually get around to making a guide on that one. But for the meantime, in my own rambling way, today we're going to be doing a guide on how to respec your characters in Rogue Trader. So the first thing you want to do is once you're on your flagship, you're going to be looking for this NPC right here, the High Factotum Janrus Danrock. You meet him really early on in the game as soon as you get access to your ship, but you don't get access to the ability to respec your characters right away. That's something that comes a little bit later. But when you do get the option, you're going to notice one of these times when you come back and talk to him, he's got a whole bunch of stuff that you can do at him as an NPC. He can open up merchants for you so that you can trade from anywhere. I've got guides on all this stuff, so check it out. You can hire NPCs if you want to create a custom party of NPCs. And then down here, you're eventually going to find this one right here. My retinue and I are in need of training. Once you do that, just click End Dialogue, and then it's going to bring up your selection of characters, and you're going to say, which one do you want to reset? Now, in this case, I know I want to reset Idira. And the reason for that is because I've noticed as I've gotten deeper into her character, I was like, where are all of her... Why can't I take any of these psyker abilities that are popping up when I get the chance to choose these abilities and talents and stuff? And the reason is because they need a psych rating. And if you don't manually take the psych rating, which is a weird thing to me, because you would think that as a psyker they would automatically be getting psyker levels as they go through, but because psyker is a background and not a class, this is where the wonkiness comes in, where it's like, it's just different to a lot of the way that games are played in other CRPGs I've played. So we're going to go in here, click Adhere, we're going to click Accept. It's going to confirm there, you sure you want to do this? Because here's the thing, everybody, this is a process, because you get so many abilities and talents and characteristics that you have to go through. The levels come so fast in this game that it can take quite a bit of time to level them up. So she starts off as an operative, and when you get her, you're automatically starting off here. So we're going into this level 3 character and available talents and so on and so forth. So she's getting exposed weakness, and now we go into this and say, what am I going to choose? Well, the first thing I know I want to choose, I got to come down here and find it now, is Psi rating when I can get to it. I have to get to level 10 though first, so we got to get to level 10 to get that first rating of Psi rating. And it says here, each level of Psi rating provides the Psyker access to new psychic powers. It also strengthens damaging psychic powers. And this is one of those things, like, again, it's not explained during the level up process. It's not explained at all as you go throughout the game. Also, it never explains, like, the different types of psyker styles. Like, you have biomancy, pyromancy, divination. And so if you haven't figured that out on your own manually, you're going to be figuring it out on the fly and going, wait a second, I took some wrong abilities. I don't really like the way this character is playing. I want to go back and respec them. That's the point of this guide and why I'm doing this, because I'm pretty happy with all of my other characters. I may end up respecing Heinrichs because he has a psyker background as well. And the same thing where I was wanting to make some selections and I was locked from doing so because I hadn't taken the proper Psi ratings. So we're going to come in here and fix that this morning with Adira at least. So I need to get to level 10. So for the moment, we're going to go through and just respec this character really quick and get to where we want. A lot of these things are pretty easy choices. We'll take that. Tide of Excellence is a great one. I'm going to bump my intelligence up all the way. And then we're going to go in here to, this is level 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I got to make sure I pay attention to the levels because it doesn't manually tell you over here as you're respecking. She still is listed as a level 2 character. So you have to manually pay attention to where you're at on the wheel as you move around to make sure that you don't skip that first Psi rating at level 10, which I think would be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. We'll be one over here somewhere. All right. Swift movements, that's always a good one because you get more movement. Weak body. Yes, weak body, weak soul is a great one. Intelligence again. Now this is when we're choosing our first ability. So like here's an example of what I was talking about earlier. This will say perfect timing as an example. It says features. You need prescience or foreboding and Psi rating 2. And this is where I was coming up against the stumbling block of going, hey, why can't I, wait a second, Psi rating, I have to manually choose Psi rating? I didn't realize I had to do that. So we're actually going to do this here. This guy's going to counterattacks and the perfect timing fades, prophetic intervention, precognition. Oh, this will be cool. I definitely want to do this one because this is a divination, which she already has as her base. So we would need prescience or foreboding. So let's look at prescience or foreboding and say which one of these do I like the most. All allies gain dodge. What about prescience? We'll do foreboding. Welcome to YouTube, Dwells84. Don't forget, those of you who are watching live as we're doing this morning, we are multi-streaming on Twitch as well. What's up, Valis? Luke, who finally decided to wake up and save the universe? Indeed. All right, we'll do the foreboding one because that is going to get me what I want. And we're going to go logic. Now, can I do, is this level, I think this might be level 9, not level 10. Double check here. Talent and common talent. Yeah, see, this is still level 9, so not quite there yet. Fresh target. Instant exposure. Oh, we'll definitely do instant exposure. And then we want to do a common. Probably do something down in here. Whenever the Psyker uses a divination Psyker on an ally without an unnatural luck effect, the ally gains unnatural luck. That's nice. Aftershock? Oh no, we'll take Aftershock. That's a nice one. Alright. Dismantling attack also cripples the enemy. Yes. And then here we're going to take logic again, because Pascal has tech use, so I don't, but I might as well take this now. We'll do Medica, actually. All right, perception, we're going to go up. Now, we're finally level 10. Taking my first rank of Psi rating, like so. We'll do Medica again. And now we can look at this and say, okay, I unlocked, what do I still need? I need Psi rating 2, so we got to keep going until we get to Psi rating 2. So in the meantime, let's look at what else I might want in here. Precise attack. For the next attack against target affected by an exploit, that target's cover efficiency will be, that's not bad. Joint analysis, allies attacks also remove exploits to do more damage. We'll take that for sure. Okay. And I don't know. You got to get to level 20 before we can do Psi rating 2. So at the very least, I'll have to wait till I get to level 20 because I'm only level 16. But at the very least, I've gotten Psi rating 1, which will get me along the way to where I need to be. So I feel a little bit better about my decisions so far because I hadn't taken the second ranking yet. All right. I don't know what I want her to have. Nimble? Sure. Defensive bonuses are always a good thing. Oh, we'll do Inflict Despair, maybe. I don't know. Same number of exploits as when using Analyze Element on 10 cell radius. At the start of each operative subscribes, they just have many exploits. Oh, we'll do Passive Learning. That's cool. We'll do Perception. And we'll take the Willpower. Make sure that I'm not skipping anything in here. There's a whole bunch of stuff in here. Psychic Barrage. Or Enforce Reality. Oh, that's nice. We'll also dismantle. Yes, take that one as well. Okay, and that's the base archetype completed, or archetype, whatever you want to say. Base class. We'll complete that. And now we need to make a selection of what do I want her secondary to be. Now, previously I had rolled her as an assassin, and I felt like that was not necessarily the best choice because I didn't have access to all the things that I wanted to have access to because I hadn't chosen Psi ranking. But I'm still going to go ahead and go assassin because I already have 2 bounty hunters in my group, and I don't need another grand strategist because it's more suited to the leader. So we're going to go assassin again. We're going to get Seek the Opening. And now we're going to look at these fun abilities, which, again, if you don't want to take an assassin ability, you could take more of your operative abilities or psyker-based abilities. In this case, I still need it to level 20 to be able to use Psi rating 2. So Death Whisper, yes, we're going to take that one because that's what I had before. And then here... Targets more damage to an opening. Create an opening. Each use of aim, an eye for the unscathed. Bringer of Doom. Yes, I like that one. And that is a completion of her character and respecking. So that, everybody, is a quick guide for those of you who are beginners to Rogue Trader on how to respec your characters if you find out along the way that you don't like the choices you've made, or you feel like you've made a mistake, or you want to try something out. It doesn't, I believe, as far as I'm aware, it doesn't cost anything. So it's just a matter of coming here and saying, hey, I want to try something new, check it out. You can do that for all your characters. It's a relatively painless process. It's just a matter of time, because it does take some time to, and it's going to get, the longer you wait, the more time it takes. So if you liked this, don't forget to like, subscribe, hit the bell icon so you never miss an update. Daily streams at 5:30 a.m. and 8 p.m. Central Time. We play a lot of different games, so check out the playlists. There's a Discord, all sorts of fun stuff. And I will see everybody in the next episode. And for the stream, we are continuing onwards, so stick around.